Here's the practice I'm sending home tonight. For this practice, you will need a pencil. You should have a pencil for every practice. For this particular practice, you need scissors. And for every practice, it's a good idea to have a visual timer. As long as iPads or a cell phone aren't a distraction, that'd be a good visual timer. Other visual timers you can use is like a stopwatch or a watch work very good. We're going to set it today to 20 minutes because we're just going to practice for 20 minutes. Okay. So we are going to be working with large numbers. We are going to practice articulating them, and we're going to practice ordering them from least to greatest. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut this out. Okay. Now that I have it all cut out, I have all my numbers arranged here, and I'm going to flip some of them over. I'm just going to start with 5. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to practice articulating them. So I'm going to practice saying them out loud. So first number, 45,893,092. Okay, so I practiced that number. I said it out loud. Got used to saying it. Just a quick note we talked about in class that we use the number to the left of the comma as our the number that we say. So it'd be 45, and this is the millions place value, so we say 45 million. Same as this is the thousands place value, so we say 193,000, and then we say 92. And we don't say and, because and tells us that there's a decimal and a fraction behind it, or a decimal number behind it. So there's also this is called standard form, and then we have written form, which is 639,053. So that's a little bit easier to say because we're just reading it, as you can sort of see here, if you can't. All right, and then we have 5,000,003, and then 504,003. So we practice saying that, and if you have somebody to check the work and listen and watch, that would be even better. But hopefully we've done this enough in class that you have already practiced, and it's not too hard for you to make sure that you're saying the right number. Okay, the next thing that we can do when playing with this is we can recruit a sibling or an adult or somebody that'll play with us, and we can split up the numbers into 2 halves, and then you have half and the sibling or adult has half, and you can play a little game of war to see which numbers are greater. So I'll flip these all over, and then I'll go, okay, ready, 1, 2, 3, and we have 873,000 versus 500,091, and whoever has the larger number wins. So in this case, 873,902 is larger. And then you win, and whoever has the most at the end wins the prize, and then bragging rights. So that's another game you can play with this practice. Okay, and lastly, one thing if you're just doing independent practice is you can take out a random group of numbers that are close in value, in the 100 millions potentially, and you can sort of look for them that are close in value. And you can practice arranging them in ascending order, which means increasing in value, or descending order, which means decreasing in value, or greater than and less than. You can work with 2 numbers and do greater than and less than. And in this case, if you do have a pencil and a separate piece of paper, you could put them on the piece of paper. You could write a greater than sign. You could write a less than sign. You could write an equal sign, and you could write a not equal to sign. So in this case, I'll take my numbers and I'll look at them. I will compare their leftmost value, which in this case, the 100 million is the same. So then I go to the next value, and it's a 7 and a 2, and the 7 has more value than the 2. So in that case, I will put the 800,001 on greater than 123,000,005. Okay, so that I will check, and I did that work. And that's comparing 2 numbers, but if you want to get go even further than that, you can start arranging them from least to greatest, or in ascending order, 5 or more, and you can practice doing that. So that's just a couple ways that you can work with this number sheet that I sent home. And then as the time goes on, your 20 minutes is up, you did your practice, and it'll help with your number sense. It'll help you gather a better understanding for working with large numbers and comparing place values, because the next step to this is then actually adding decimal place values. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.